Octavius Prime. So, as I was saying before I went, now lots of people have been following a sex cult called Carbonation, and one of the members died. Hi, Leonard. Now, everybody is speculating whether it was linked to what's his name, Nature Boy, Retete. I think there is so many links. To me, people shouldn't come to any assumptions until the information's really quite clear. But I think it's quite clear it's a homicide that happened, and then they burnt the house or wherever he was, according to what was said on the article. Now, I think what people get things a little mixed up on these YouTube streets because it says quite clearly on the what you call it, on the obituary. No, not even the obituary, the article, or what happened to him. And it's like, I don't know, right? I feel he looks, they're saying that how he might be Hawaiian and Fuji, and that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. The whole thing is that how he left the cult, and he left with certain stuff from the cult, i.e., what you call it, drives, disk drives, and phones, etc., etc. And to be honest, he was down as well himself, and he also has his own demons he had to consider as well himself. And it's like people get it whole like quite clearly mixed up, because when you're in a cult, right, it takes you a long time to deprogram as well. I'm gonna go to the part. It takes you a long time to deprogram. It takes you a long time to become yourself or whatever. And he obviously hadn't finished deprogramming from the cult and all that stuff. And he also was still proclaiming the kingdom. Okay, he still was proclaiming the kingdom, right? So people is kind of getting things a bit mixed up out here. I don't even know. And what is so interesting is that how some of the cult members, people are assuming that Solar cares. Solar doesn't care. Solar doesn't care. He doesn't care for. He doesn't care for. He doesn't care for Loyal. He doesn't care that he's died. He just said that because he wants to keep relevant in the game, right? Because in YouTube you got to keep relevant, or social media. You have to keep your name in people's mouth, right? So him saying whatever, he didn't even have no emotions or nothing, right? So by him putting up that live, what he did to me, it makes no sense. Sorry, I'm trying not to walk away from people so people don't get, because people get funny when they see, people get funny when they see you on the phone. It's nasty. Oh God, jeez, you dirty here, boy. So basically, right, people speculating is a whole heap of hoopla. Do you think Jaguar voodoo? No, I don't think she voodooed him. I don't think that's got anything to do with it. I just think that how people just get things totally mixed up, totally taken out of context. Sometimes you have to wait for things to develop before you can make assumptions. One. Two, we all know that most of them didn't leave by themselves. They left when he got jailed, when Nature Boy got jailed. Some of them, including Solar, I'm trying to find a place to sit. Some of them, including Solar, didn't leave by themselves. They left because they all because he got jailed basically. So, but because some of them are very loyal, and Lawyer was very loyal. Lawyer was more like one of the wives. Even when Nature Boy was I got to stand in the way looking all weird. Even though Nature Boy used to rough him up and all sorts of things, Lawyer was still loyal to Nature Boy. Um, um, like I said, I don't play throwbacks of their stuff because it's very triggering and very dramatic, right? On one of the videos, we see a solo, which I know somebody's going to play, is him crying when he cuts him on the side of his head. Um, and I think, what's his name? Solar comforts him. But at the end of the day, right, they all went there because they all wanted um, Nature Boy. So and there's a lot of pansexuals and different types of sexuals, and that's one of the reasons why they look into the download was because of Nature Boy. And I don't know whether anybody else has put up anything on the screen, because I was saying to one content creator, he has a Sri Lankan look on. He looks Sri Lankan, and in most cultures, when their children do certain stuff, it's a dishonor to the family. Now, if you know about the Asian community, you know when their people shame them up, they come down on them like a ton of bricks. Now, being that he in the situation wherever that happened, which is a whole that is termed as a homicide because he was unalived and then they burnt the house, right? And I'm gonna put a small video up maybe about the article because um the T has put out something as well, and it was posted way before. So um before we all jump to conclusions and start assuming all sorts of shit, I start saying, oh, it's linked to Nature Boy and blah, 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 blah. I don't think people should jump to them conclusions first. First of all, right, we should wait till more information comes out, i.e., the autopsy, um, what was stolen from the house, which they most probably will put out. Probably more details will come out, especially we know him by his name. And the family, they said there's somebody saying the family wasn't strict practicing Hindus or whatever, but what I'm trying to say basically is don't jump to conclusions right now because the article's kind of given an overview already. So you have to think about certain things before you assume shit. And this is why I feel that Nature Boy probably might come out because of all the bullshit what's been going on, to be honest. I just think people need to think a bit more logical sometimes with these things. Like I said, Solar wants to be what you call it, relevant still. So Solar will say what he's got to say and do what he's got to do, and it doesn't necessarily mean that he means well. But people would assume whatever because, see, I look very tired. Sorry, people assume whatever um, because Carbonation is one of those sex cults, like, Nature Boy's done a lot of things, isn't it? Nature Boy's done a lot of things. So me personally, until I hear or I see more stuff or I look into more information, I won't be coming on here assuming and saying shit basically. But it sounds like a homicide, definitely a homicide, because it sounds like he had blood trauma or something before they burnt the house. So I wouldn't assume nothing. Okay. And I'm not saying trust what is said on the social media neither, because the social media You have to really dig deep before whatever. Okay, that's all I can say. And me, I'm gonna be asking a few questions when I get time. I mean, I have an appointment today, so I'm not even gonna, because I got to deal with Jordan Neely videos and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna assume nothing, because I like to look into shit first before I say something. I don't think Jaguar Wright had anything to do with it. I know people's trying to make light of the situation, but really, he's somebody's son. Once again, when you're thinking that, looking at certain people, he's someone's son, he's someone's brother, and he's someone's grandson. So if people ain't looking at those three elements, then there's something wrong. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? People can make light of it, laugh at it, whatever. That's your business. I look at it totally different. So I come at things different. So because I'm an old head at the end of the day, I'm not young. So I come at it differently. So, at the end of the day, that's all I'm going to say. And there is really a lot of BS going on. Really, there's a lot of BS going on. I seen something earlier on one of the other channels already. There's a lot of BS. I mean, and I am not going to entertain it. And you see how I go with my channel. So, my two channels, you see how I go. So I'm going to look into it first before I start posting. I just posted up the announcement because I know a lot of people follow Carbonation. So I posted it up. All right. A lot of people follow Carbonation, right? Because some people followed it from when it was the first thing before he called it Carbonation. Okay, melanation. So people mustn't assume shit and just think whatever and make light of shit and then come back whatever. So I'm basically on that page. So please leave a comment under the video if I'm not gonna say if you have seen it, what do you think? What's your opinion? What's your opinion on Loyal? Because Loyal was very loyal. He was his name. He was very loyal to Nature Boy. So with that said, I'm going to leave it right there. And people could just I'm not going to say take it as a take it, but just keep this open. Keep your eyes and ears open, whatever. And then, yeah. So with that said, I'm going to jump off. I'll see you later. Thank you for Octavius Prime for coming. London for coming, and Leonard for coming, and House in Virginia. House in Virginia. I got the Gina on my brain. So with that said, I will see you later. Take care. Bye.